Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. It is time now for Aging in Style with American Retirement Advisors. Joining us now is President and owner Joe Vitale. Thank you so much for calling in. How are you, Joe?
Doing great. Good morning, Colette. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, Joe, you always have so much information to share, and you at home can use the QR code right there on your screen to register for Joe's newsletter. It's called Financial Vitals for even more great information. Well, you know what, guys? It's already February, but it's not too late to get started on those New Year's goals for 2022. So today we're talking about how to take control of your financial future and feel more secure in your retirement. So, Joe, estate planning can be confusing, and so many people, they don't know what to do or how to think about it. Is a will or a trust the best way to go? Which one?
You know, it depends. It's a great question. Part of being a holistic planner is we need to look at estate planning and making sure that your legal house is in order. A lot of times, you know, as long as there's beneficiary provisions, you could get away with a will. But more and more, we always see that as going through probate, and there's no way to avoid that because a will, by its nature, has to go through probate. I'm not an attorney, of course, so I definitely recommend getting excellent legal help. We've been fortunate to partner with the law office of Carol Thomas for years now, and they just do an exceptional job. And we find, you know, with a trust especially, you're able to do so much more to protect your assets, to make sure that they go where you want them to go, especially because nobody really plans on leaving, you know, early.
Right.
But when that happens, we just want to make sure that everything is in order, everything goes where you want it to go, and is protected the most efficient way possible.
Sure, and that's great information. Now, this brings up another question, Joe. In the unexpected case of a retiree needing a nursing home stay, how can they still protect their home?
You know, in Michigan, we have what's called estate recovery. So if there is a nursing home care and there's Medicaid, the state can recover assets from your home unless it bypasses probate. So if it goes through probate, they can recover their money. But if it does bypass probate, again, see Carol. She'll make sure that's done the right way so the house is protected, because it's very important to make sure that you've got all that taken care of. It's really, really simple to get it protected, and you can do it.
Yeah, and speaking about protection, Joe, how can someone really protect their assets, you know, their house and their savings?
Making sure, looking at making sure you're properly allocated the right way, making sure the trust is in order, making sure you have good powers of attorney. You know, too many people, they just put it off, and then of course you got to have a guardian or a conservator come into the situation, and now you've got, you know, somebody appointed who doesn't even know the situation in charge of everything, and the judge is now going to make the decisions on what you wanted to do as opposed to your family. So definitely important to get those powers of attorney in place.
Yeah, definitely. Do not procrastinate. That's for sure. Now, Joe, can you give us some ideas or best practices to stop putting off long-term care? Are hybrid plans the way to go?
You know, long-term care, everybody says, oh my goodness, I've seen my family spend thousands of dollars in assisted living or nursing home. But when it comes to getting long-term care, nobody wants to pay it for it. They don't want to write the check because, you know, it's $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 a year. And if you don't use it, it's gone. It's out the window. But it is the purest protection, just like term insurance. If you want to get the best coverage for long-term care, the most pure form is long-term care insurance. However, you have to qualify for it, and if you don't use it, it's out the window. We're seeing more and more long-term care hybrids out there, which personally I have myself, which I love, because if I don't use it, you know, I have a tax-free death benefit for my family, which is great. Yes, you have to qualify for it, but if I do go to assisted living or home care or nursing, I have some really good protection of my assets, so my family doesn't have to worry about how expensive it's going to be or protecting everything or the best thing to do. We've got that in place. So it definitely is something that we offer, of course. We help with all that. We help families get that and get at least the best offer for them.
That's why it's so important to get your plans in place now. Do not wait. And Joe, what else do we need to know to get ahead in 2022?
Oh, stay the course, stay properly allocated. We talk about allocation all the time. The market is very volatile, and it's going to be very volatile this year. We're seeing inflation. We're seeing the ups and downs. We're seeing big swings in the market, and 1 minute people are calling me saying, Joe, what's going on? And then at the end of the week, we're about right. So this is something where we want to keep the emotions out of it.
Yes.
As long as you're properly allocated and you have your safe bucket of money, your tax-free bucket, your taxable, your growth bucket, you want to make sure that you have enough to live on, you've got cash available, and don't get so entrenched in the emotions of the market. Stay the course. Remember, we're long-term investors, and don't. A lot of people are looking and say, "Oh, I got to take advantage of this." They're trying to market time. It's impossible to market time. You got to stick to the fundamentals, and you're going to be good.
So it's not too late to get your New Year's goals in order. Thank you so much again for this valuable information, Joe. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Take care. It's good to see you again.
You as well, Joe. And be sure to register for Joe's newsletter, Financial Vitals, for even more great information. You can also head on over to the Aging in Style page. That's at WNEM.com.